Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, namaste, ladies and gentlemen. A very warm welcome to all of you to the Blub World Web Talks 277th episode. In the last 276 episodes, we have talked to, interacted with more than 5 to 7,000 school leaders on this very platform where they've shared their ideas, opinions, innovation, and what all are they doing in the education space. So today's session is a global session where we have principals, students from multiple countries. So we'll stick to English as the language of communication so that most of the people can comprehend what we are really talking about. The topic for today is superbly interesting, but before I delve into it, just some ground rules for everyone. Think of the Blub World Web Talks like a speaking sprint. It's a 100-meter race. So you don't have unlimited time to speak. And once your speaking time, which is typically of 3 minutes, when these 3 minutes of speaking time is over, you might get muted. If you get muted, please don't get offended. It's just to keep the activity crisp and entertaining for everyone. If you see Blub World's hand up in the air or my hand up in the air, it simply means we are giving you a prompt to conclude. So make sure you see that, and we try to keep it within the time limit so that we are able to enjoy the session more. The topic for today brings in something really unique. Some people can say it to be weird. Some people think it to be normal. For the future generation, it's a part of life. What we are talking about is very simple. Is your teen dating an AI? Because currently, initially humans had something called an imaginary friend, which was, thought by psychologists to be a very healthy activity. It enhanced creativity, your imagination skills. But now that creativity, imagination of that imaginary friend has gone to the AI friend. It has now become an AI imaginary friend. And, you'll all be astonished to know something before we start this conversation. 1 out of every 5 teenagers has a romantic relationship with an AI. That's what not I am saying. That's what data shows. So we are in a world where, we're replacing humans with tech, and we're replacing them so deeply that now they are part of our relationships. So are we talking about dating? Are we redefining love? Are we talking about AI bots? What are we really talking about? This is what makes this topic go all of us bonkers. So let's try to find out from school leaders, from teenagers, what do they think on this? Is it healthy? Is it something that must be stopped? Is it something that must be encouraged? What's their opinion on this? And most importantly, if you're a parent, if you're a teenager, think on this, like these lines. Are you really dating an AI? Think over. A very warm welcome once again to all of you to the Blub World Web Talks. Let's start with the speakers for today. Let me invite the first speaker for initiating this conversation. A very warm welcome to Mr. Haider Sheikh, the founder of Vectors Academy from Mumbai, Maharashtra, India. Mr. Haider, over to you for the next 3 minutes. Please unmute yourself and a very warm welcome.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. Before jumping into the conclusion whether it is good, bad, or how it is, will it be beneficial or not? The very first thing what I would like to discuss over here is the reason why it is happening. Is because right now the situation is such that everybody has that social anxiety and acceptance in the society. Whereas when we talk about AI, it gives you a very unconditional attention. Okay. Plus, there is zero risk of rejection. AI is not going to reject you. AI is always going to be thinking, talking to you with regards to your life. Okay. Then, just like gaming, AI also gives you instant validation. Okay, fine. You talk to me. Okay, this is good. This is bad. They give you instant validation. Plus, you are the one who is controlling over this particular relationship, what we are looking at. Because as soon as you say, okay, I'm feeling bad, AI will come and start consoling you. Okay. Then there is this social skill fatigue. Like everybody is expecting so much out of you socially that because of this fatigue, there is a lot of dependency on AI. Okay, at this given point of time. Then, when we are talking about adults talking to teenagers, so adults talk at the teenager, but AI talks with the teenager. This is one thing which I am clearly understanding. And AI At this given point of time, it is showing more of emotional intelligence with regards to the others. So that is, these are all the reasons why AI is being considered as one of a partner for teenagers, because that is what they need, and I believe that is what we also needed when we were teenager, but we had a best friend over there. Okay. And the thing has just changed from being a from having a best friend to having an AI over here. Okay. Now, good, bad, it will purely depend. It's like technology, how you use it. It's like that knife, you use it to cut yourself or you use it to create or make food. Thank you. That was my time. Yes. Sorry.
Thank you so much, Mr. Heather. And I think a very apt start to the conversation, that why is it really happening? Why are we replacing that human with that bot, or rather, human with that AI agent? Because of frictionless emotion support. There is no friction. You don't have to wait, face rejection. You don't have to wait. It's always there. And the worst part, it creates an echo chamber. It tells you what you want to hear. It knows how to appease you. It's an appeasement engine who gives answers to your queries. And this appeasement makes it difficult. And this appeasement ruins relationships, even in real humans. So, what are we really talking about? Question yourself what's going on. This simple reason of asking a question to yourself is to break the pattern. Because if you are not able to break the pattern, AI can predict it. Think a little more. Let's now listen to the next speaker for today. A very warm welcome to Mr. Kenneth Yeboah, who's a Cambridge School principal from Golden Standard International School from Accra, Ghana. Mr. Kenneth, over to you for the next 3 minutes. Please unmute yourself and a very warm welcome.
Everyone. Thank you. As the speaker, the host rightly said, my name is Kenneth from Ghana, and I've been working with an AI company for some time this. As my other speaker rightly said, that AI is something that now most teenagers are being reliant on. When you say AI, it's an artificial intelligence, and it is not a human intelligence. And in this case, it means that it has been trained, to think like humans, but it is not humans. And when it comes to teens and youth as a whole, we are kind of people that want validation, and the AI has been trained to do exactly so. Even if you ask AI, sometimes it's not sensible. The AI will find a way to make it sensible to you. You make a way that you feel validated. And I think that's what is getting the teens so attached to it. And I feel like we, the parent and the school leaders, has a part to play here. The AI is not something bad, but they must be guided on how to use it. There's this human factor that we can't take it away when it comes to school leadership and teens and AI. And so we need to enforce that. And also we should let them know that AI it's not a human being. And whatever the AI is giving them, it's not 100% correct. I think that's where you must draw the line. It's not 100% correct, even though most of the things that they get are actually, helpful, but not 100% correct. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Kenneth. And yes, the correctness of the information, the correctness of the replies, and most importantly, the aptness of the replies is something that AI judges on a very simple parameter. Will I be able to retain your attention? If it's able to retain your attention, it'll give you a response, whether it's right or not, it doesn't make a difference. It must make you feel right. That's what its algorithm tells it. So it's very important to understand AI now from the perspective of human relationships. That's why we have this conversation today. That's why we have this topic today. We are using it as a technology. What we started with, we think of technology like a tool, that we can use in whichever way we want. But with AI, this is getting a little more twisted than what we think. Let's now listen to a teenager in between. So, we bring in different perspectives in the conversation. A very warm welcome to Mr. Aryan Srivastav, who's a grade 9 student from NPS International School, Singapore. Aryan, over to you for the next 3 minutes. Please unmute yourself and a very warm welcome.
Hello, everybody. I'm Aryan Shrivastava, as just said, from NPS International School here at Singapore. And today I'm going to be talking to you all about, is your teen dating an AI? And as a teen, this topic is quite relevant to me. And so I would like to start off by asking everyone in this meeting a question. What if I told you that some teenagers today feel more understood by a machine rather than by their own parents, best friends, and the people around them in society? This is none other than an AI chatbot. It never gets tired and it never judges us. And it replies very quickly. It sounds futuristic, but it's already taking over all of the children at my age. Let's be honest, being a teenager is quite a difficult phase of our lives. We don't want to hear lectures, we want someone who can listen and confide in us. AI gives us that instant comfort where it agrees with us, remembers things about us, and it feels like a perfect friend, a perfect companion. And this is the very perfection which is a red flag. As when we talk about relationships, real relationships include disagreement, growth, and emotional effort. AI removes all of that. When you are met with perfection, you don't need to put any effort from your own self. When teens start relying emotionally on AI, they avoid real conversation, fear real conflict, and lack the decision making skills required in a real relationship. Let me tell you all something. Life doesn't come with a regenerate response button. We need to prepare ourselves for every situation. And slowly, we might think that as though we're talking to someone, our loneliness will go away. But it only grows. Let's be clear, AI is a wonderful tool. It can help us support our mental health, learn, and even improve our education to an extent. It also supports our relationship, but it should never replace them. The real question should be, why does an algorithm feel safer than a human? If we fix loneliness, pressure, and lack of emotional support, AI imaginary friendships won't replace our real ones. Technology should connect us and not make us more distant. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Aryan. Some very valid points. And I think the main point that you stayed on is something that now has a term, which is called the narcissistic feedback loop. Because it keeps giving you responses to comfort you, to make you feel nice, to make you feel good. And that simple loop makes you trust AI more than a human, because a human won't do that. Now, this is the very reason that AI is not a tool anymore. It's not just tech. It has gone far beyond tech. And with artificial general intelligence, AGI coming in, it's, just waiting a year or two to be there. It'll be very complex for anyone to identify whether something is coming from a human or from a machine learned AI bot. The purpose, the idea of understanding, differentiating between a machine and human is blurring away. We all, when we are having this conversation, a lot of content might have come from some AI research. We might be speaking the language of an AI bot that has trained us to speak whatever we are doing. This is the question. Are we really human anymore? Let's try to know from some more speakers. Thank you so much, Aryan. The next speaker for today is a very warm welcome to Dr. Lindy Pujante, who's a school principal from Philippines. Dr. Lindy, over to you for the next 3 minutes. Please unmute yourself and a very warm welcome.
I'm from the Philippines, school principal in the Department of Education. I listened to the grade 9 student, which really hit me because I realized that when he said that AI can be very comforting and giving you all pleasant answers. So it's quite inviting for them to be really talking to AI instead of humans. But the danger that it may arise when the AI is when the child is really is accustomed to receiving all good feedbacks is that it's not really a perfect world. If the child is always receiving perfect answers and good answers, the child or the learner or the students is not prepared to face the real world, because in real world we face all the unpleasant things, all the problems, all the not so nice things to hear. And then if the learner or the person is not prepared to be receiving those things, they come out weak to face life. As for me, I really am into AI, but it's for me, it's more on a tool. Nothing can replace human connections. So I hope that all school leaders will really emphasize that AI can never replace human connections, and that we as educators will have a big role in giving those ideas to our students so that they will be more prepared in the real world, not in the internet world or the imaginary world. That is all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Lindy. And yes, when you keep getting positive responses, what will happen when you go into the real world? The dynamics of human interaction, the dynamics of a society, how it operates, it will all get redefined in a way we all cannot imagine at the moment. We are typically changing the course of human history to an extent where it might not be human anymore. Let's now listen to the next speaker for today. What do they have to add? It's good to see so many teenagers on this call, because the purpose of Blub World Web Talks really gets solved when this happens. For a very simple reason, even Socrates hated the lecture format of teaching. If you right now want to teach a teenager anything in the world, you cannot teach them anymore. You can only have a conversation. So we are trying to do the same thing at a scale where they get maximum inputs from a variety of people, and they're also able to contribute in the conversation. So let's now listen to the next speaker for today. A very warm welcome to Miss Simra Sultana, who's a student of MS Creative School from Hyderabad, Telangana, India, and also an influencer at the Fifth World Teen Parliament. Simra, over to you for the next 3 minutes. Please unmute yourself, and a very warm welcome.
Good morning, everyone. I am Simra Sultana, and today I'm going to share my perspective on a very thought-provoking and a very relevant question, that is your teen dating an AI? When I first heard this question, I didn't panic. I just smiled because my answer was very simple to this question, that I'm not dating an AI, because I just speak to AI, and there is a fine line between speaking and dating. And let me be clear, talking is not dating, and speaking to AI definitely not drops any emotional dependence. I realize that I'm not dating an AI because it does not replace my real world. It does not replace my family, my friends, my teachers, and it does not give me any emotional dependence. Many teens today are misunderstood when they speak to AI, when they use tools like these. People often assume that they are escaping reality, but in truth, they are just trying to learn AI in a better way. And I just want to really conclude this with saying few lines, that AI gives me suggestions, but I choose. AI helps me prepare, but I speak. AI is just a simple tool, but I am the voice. So my answer to this question is very simple, that I am not dating an AI. I am using technology with responsibility, without using any waste things in AI, and without losing any human connections. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Sultan Simra, because I hope this confidence remains with you and with all the teenagers who might be using AI. Just do a simple exercise. If you are a teen and if you're using any bot, anywhere in the world, check your conversations and see whether you took any emotional responses from it ever. Because everything that you share with them is recorded, is used, and will always get you into that loop. And getting out of the loop is a bit challenging. So, if you are there, if you're using a bot, just go and check out your conversations, that am I really speaking to it, or have I started, infatuating and dating with it? So try to find the difference between these two by looking at your own conversation with these AI chatbots. So let's now invite the next speaker for today. A very warm welcome to Dr. Noreen Jamil, an educator for Daffodil International School from Balia, Uttar Pradesh, India. Dr. Noreen, over to you for the next 3 minutes. Please unmute yourself, and a very warm welcome.
Thank you so much. I was listening to all of you, and that especially the two teams which we are having, Master Aryan and Miss Simra. So it is like, yes, the AI is getting into the lives of the teen. It is getting into life of each of us, but the teens are like taking it to beyond some extent. But I'm really hopeful by listening to Miss Simra that for all it is not happening so. Uh, Basically, what is happening, what I have understood in the journey of an educator, that we all need validation, especially during the teen age. We need validation, And that validation is something which is creating like more of attraction and more of attachment towards AI. Because when we are talking to real life persons, they may have the opinions, they will have the opinions, and that opinion may not always like be in a phrase that we want to. But AI doesn't does the same. AI has like reads the algorithm, it wants to keep you attached, it wants to keep your span over there. So what problems it is creating, it is making our teenagers fragile. So they are not able to when someone is like out in the world wants to correct them out, so they don't want to take it in a positive way, because the AI has treated them like, yeah, you are true, you are correct all the times. So that problem we can get, it is giving us false hopes as well. So the thing is key, we have to be very much aware that AI we can use as a tool, but that AI must not be used as a replacement of the relationships. So that bar has to be taken care of. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Noreen. Let me share something interesting with all of you. An insight that I was reading when I was preparing for this specific web talk. There's something now which is called AI attachment counseling. A lot of AI companies have now, created a product called griefware. You know what's a griefware? When an AI bot is taken away from you and you're not able to access it at any point of time, you feel a loss. It's not the loss of an actual human being. It's a loss of an AI bot, and you'll be astonished to know counselors are doing counseling exactly for this. Because teens who got too intimate or too immersed with that AI bot think they've actually lost someone very close to them. So whatever we are doing as a conversation right now could seem a little funny and weird to some people, but it's absolutely real. And it's a problem, it's a challenge that people are experiencing across different parts of the world. Thank you so much, Noreen, ma'am. Let me now invite the next speaker for today. A very warm welcome to Mr. Ramakrishna Reddy, the Director and Principal for Bharat EM High School from Andhra Pradesh, India. Mr. Rama, over to you for the next 3 minutes. Please unmute yourself and a very warm welcome.
Good morning. This is Ramakrishna Reddy from AP, Madanapalli, and I am working as a principal and director of Bharat English Medium School. On today's digital world, most of the teenagers are forming emotional connections with AI, chatbots, and virtual companion. They are in the imaginary world, and today I would like to explain you. There will be 3 parts in our topic. One is digital well-being, and the teenagers, their attachment towards the this AI is regarding the emotional health, and parenting by the parents and teachers is highly essential. The AI is just like it is a sword. If we can use it both positive and negative points. If we use it in a positive way, we will use it for learning and we will use it for creativity purpose. But if you use it in a negative manner, it may it may lead to the emotional dependency of the teenagers and social isolation. These are the 2 dangers. And even the teens, they will be in the imaginary world. They will be out of the real world. And so we should maintain the digital balanced digital use by our teens. And in this aspect, both parents and teachers, they have a very great role to maintain this. And AI friendship reduces the real social skills of the children. Finally, AI should be in a guided way, but it should not be strictly restricted because it has a lot of users in our coming future education system. And so the both parents should focus on the connections, curiosity, and guidance, but not fear. Both the schools and the parents must work together to promote the digital balance and emotional well-being of our teenagers. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Just let me add some more, context to this conversation. There is something called a very detailed market, which is now known as the AI companion market. And that AI companion market is going to be a multi-billion-dollar industry in the next coming years. Because right now, all the apps that call themselves the AI virtual girlfriend / boyfriend, kind of solutions, their downloads have grown by nearly 400% in the last 3 years. So it's now a need. There's a market for it. There's a buyer for it. So there will be a seller for it. Let's see what's more to this conversation. Let me invite the next speaker for today. A very warm welcome to Mr. Suvaid Sajadwani, who is a grade 8 student from the Radiant Public School, Anantnag, Kashmir, India. Sajadwani, over to you for the next 3 minutes. Please unmute yourself and a very warm welcome.
Good morning, everyone. This is me, Suvaid Sajad from Radiant Public School, Jammu, Kashmir. And today I'm going to talk about, is your teen dating an AI? First of all, let's start with a simple question. What is the most emotionally available presence in a teenager's life? No, it's not a parent. It's not a friend or even themselves. It's a machine. Psychologists say humans are wired for attachment. We look for response, we look for warmth, and proof that we matter. Today, a teen types, and AI responds instantly, kindly, and perfectly. This is not just technology, this is attachment forming. For a developing teenage brain, that feels comforting. Real relationships are different. They require effort. They require patience. They involve misunderstanding. They involve conflicts and repair. But AI skips all of that. It mirrors, it validates, it adapts, which feels good until we remember that a real love doesn't just mirror us, it challenges us. When a teen prefers an imaginary friendship because it feels safer, it's not romance with a machine, it's avoidance of emotional risk. And avoidance has consequences difficulty with conflict, rejection, feeling understood but never truly known. So we don't panic or shame. We ask better questions to AI. Are teens given spaces to speak without being fixed? Are we listening without rushing? Are we allowing imperfect, messy relationships? If AI feels like a better companion, that's not a tech problem. It's a human one. Let AI be a tool for thinking, learning expressions, but let humans remain where meaning is made. Because growth doesn't happen where everything agrees with you. It happens where you are seen, challenged, and still loved. In a future full of intelligent machines, the most radical skill we can teach teens is how to stay emotionally human. And that's a theory worth living by. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Subhath. Teens across the globe, rather even adults across the globe who now use AI platforms, adults a little less, but teens a little more, are now a part of something called secrecy dilemma. Because there is a false sense of confidentiality when you use an AI bot. You feel whatever I'm sharing will only remain between the bot and me. But you're not actually whispering into the ear of a human being. You're actually feeding it into a database. So then that database typically owns your life the way it wants to. Think a little more. Let me invite the next speaker for today. A very warm welcome to Ms. Shantini Gerald, the principal of JIRSM International Residential School from Mysore, Karnataka, India. Ms. Shantini, over to you for the next 3 minutes. Please unmute yourself and a very warm welcome.
Shantini, a principal from Mysore. Yes, are teens connected to AI? Yes, many teens today are connected to AI apps, virtual characters, and online bots. Why are teens attached to this? These AI tools talk politely, as our student just spoke, listens patiently, and never judges. But of this, some teens start feeling that AI is a friend or something more. That's what we call AI imaginary friendship. AI helps students learn better, understand difficult topics, improve language skills. It feels real, but it is not real. It can assist, but cannot replace human. Why are teens attracted to AI? AI is always available. AI never argues. AI makes teens feel heard. It gives instant attention. When teens depend too much on AI, there is a red flag. They may withdraw from real friends and family. They may struggle with real emotions and conflicts. They may confuse digital comfort with real connection. Teens need to understand that AI can stimulate care but cannot reciprocate it. AI can act caring but it cannot feel care. AI can respond kindly but it cannot love or care back. AI may appear to care but it does not have emotions. The task is for parents and schools. They should give proper emotional bonding to every child. Spend quality time. Apart from academics, value-based education is must. My closing thoughts for teens. Stay curious, stay balanced, and always remember your mind and values matter more than machine. AI should support our learning, not replace our thinking. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Daksh, for this great opportunity given to me. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for contributing to the topic. I was really, trying when I was doing the research for this topic, I was trying to find out, is there something positive around it? Can I share something, that feels a little happier and makes the conversation a little light? And yes, there were points to it. We can, even add those points once we move ahead in the conversation. But the problem is the negative weighs out the positive. It's so damn heavy. It's really difficult to take it to a positive connotation. So let me invite the next speaker for today. A very warm welcome to Ms. Zehra Abbas, the Deputy Head of School or Vice Principal for Bangalore International School from Bangalore, Karnataka, India. Ms. Zehra, over to you for the next 3 minutes. Please unmute yourself and a very warm welcome.
Morning, everyone. So I think this is a great time for us to maybe now start talking about what can we do. I think all the speakers, the adults and the students have established that AI is definitely an issue worth thinking about. And I think it's safe to say that the crux of the problem is a loneliness crisis. There is a loneliness crisis that is affecting our young people very severely. It's almost like an epidemic. So the first step I would say is simple but powerful. Adults should engage with young people and not just monitor them, because banning or even spying usually backfires. For parents and for teachers, being open and non-judgmental is key. So teens will talk to you when they don't feel criticized. Also, I think it's important for a little bit more digital literacy, which is undertaken together. So adults and teens need to educate themselves together about how AI works. Give it a prompt together and then look at the responses and ask yourself, does this make sense? What's missing? What would a human being say? And if there's one thing I know about teenagers is that they don't like being manipulated. So I think it's good for us to investigate together how AI can very subtly manipulate you and shape your beliefs, right? Also acknowledge the fact that AI prioritizes speed over depth. It'll give you immediate answers, but those answers are usually dumbed down, right? Especially when dealing with complex questions or moral questions. So when teens who are at that stage in their life start asking deep ethical or existential questions, AI struggles with nuance. Let's talk about that. Let's look at that. It doesn't handle gray areas well. And the fact is, life is gray. It's mostly gray. Now, that being said, I would say boundaries still matter. So parental controls and time limits, especially to protect sleep time, to protect health, are important. But again, they work best when decided together and not imposed tyrannically on a teen. For the adults in the room, I would say it's good to watch out for signs of AI dependency. I think even for young people, you're very self-aware. I can see from the intelligent way in which you're talking, you're very self-aware. So watch out for signs of AI dependency. If there's withdrawal from people, if there's secrecy, if there's emotional reliance, so you're pulling away from real relationships, then maybe it's time to seek professional help. And knowing when to reach out, excuse me, is crucial. Schools, saying this as a school leader, I think schools have a very important role to play because, like I said, this is a loneliness crisis that is exacerbating the situation. So we need to have clear policies about AI usage, what works, what doesn't work, what's safe, what's not safe. We need to have safeguards within the school environment and also education around responsible AI use. Most importantly, we need to strengthen real human connections, right? So through school activities, through service engagements, through sports and clubs and community spaces where teens feel valued and they feel heard and they feel seen. Because the reality is that we can't eliminate AI, but we can learn how to use it wisely and in balance with real relationships. Thank you.
So much, Ms. Zahra, for adding this to the conversation. What we have to all, remind ourselves at this moment as a teenager, since the discussion is focused to teens, only you can help yourself. And only you are the one who can keep other teenagers safe as well. An adult at this point, who's the transitionary generation from between AI, it's very difficult for them to find out whether you are AI dependent or not. It's very difficult to find out, your secrecy, but your friends know that instantly. So if you're a real friend to your peer, make sure that you look out for them. It's very important that teens look after each other. They make sure that your own friend might not be a prey to technology, at least. That's what's minimum that you can do. So let me now invite the next speaker for today. A very warm welcome to Ms. Yuvana Mishra, who's a grade 8 student from Oxford Public School, Gwalior, Madhya Pradesh, India. Yuvana, over to you for the next 3 minutes. Please unmute yourself and a very warm welcome.
Greetings, everyone. I am Yuvna Mishra from India. Thanks for giving me this opportunity. Honestly, I do believe that many teens are indeed dating in an AI. Well, not because they ask for help, but because most of them are completely dependent on it. From assignments to life suggestions. I certainly believe that yes, AI is generally helpful to all of us, as it saves time, multiplies productivity, and so on. But there is a famous Sanskrit saying, Ati Sarvatra Varjayet, meaning anything that is used excessively could lead to disaster or something really bad. Keeping that in mind, if AI saves time, then excessive use of it could lead to last moment disasters, procrastination, and unmanaged time. If it multiplies productivity, then again, excessive use of it could lead to reduced critical thinking in teenagers, etc. Now, the main question is, are teenagers actually dating an AI, keeping AI imaginary friendships in mind? Many a times, rather than asking a question to a teacher or even a friend, teenagers ask an AI. But why? Honestly, as per my understanding, students ask for help from something that isn't even alive because they aren't scared of it. Scared of being judged, being silly and laughed at, embarrassed, and so on. But like every coin has two sides, we must understand that it could lead to being socially awkward, introverted, and so on. As we are the future generation, we must understand that sometimes it's not wrong to be uncertain, but we must take the responsibility and speak up. Sometimes the pathway that looks easier could lead us to the wrong destination. But we can always change the road and be exactly where we are supposed to be destined. And our responsibility is to change the world. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Yuvana. So this whole conversation that we had today, that is your teen dating an AI, really talks about how humans interact with machines. And to what extent does that interaction go? It's not, the simple understanding that we must build out of this is that the danger isn't in talking to machines. It's in forgetting what only humans can give. Only human interaction can give you unpredictable growth. It can give you, a sense of mutual sacrifice. And most importantly, love that isn't programmed. Think of it in very simple terms. When this very session comes to a conclusion, how do humans really understand when you're getting love or not? They understand it when you get attention. To just dumb it down a little, if love is just attention and AI gives you undivided attention, is it the new form of love? Is this what we are really looking at? Is this how we look at human relationships? All the teens who are on this call, are you able to differentiate your conversation with a bot in a way where you know this is utility based and this is emotion based? Don't do these conversations with your AI bots. Whenever you start doing this, you'll have to take your own grip. Otherwise, it will spiral into a loop that you can never come out of. But don't worry, I know, and every one of all the people of this call know it very well. You're all robust humans, and Homo sapiens, at the end of it, will defeat everything. At the end of it, we are the most successful species on the face of this earth. So use it well. It's technology that gives you a peek into the future. It gives you a peek into anything and everything and answers all your questions. It's an amazing piece of technology, but don't make it human and don't think it's human. Thank you so much, everyone, for being a part of the Blub World Web Talks. This was the 277th episode. I hope you enjoyed. If you enjoyed, put your hands up in the air so that I know that you love the conversation and you want to be a part of the future ones. Thank you so much, everyone, for being a part of this. It was lovely interacting with all of you. Thank you so much. Have an amazing day, amazing evening, or amazing whichever part of the day you are in, and enjoy your life. Thank you so much, everyone. Bye-bye. I am Daksh, the founder of the World Teen Parliament. Namaste, people. Bye-bye.